Previously on Do Dragon's Dream of Scorched Sheep, we made it back to the White Cliffs of Highdawn, and we traversed the cliffs. Well, some of us did. Capri had to be pulled up. We fought some harpies. It was great fun. When we got to the top, we found that Capri's grave for Capri 2.0 had been dug up and her body had taken. So on we went, down into Highdawn, where we met an old man who I killed by mistake. And now I'm the brand ambassador of the Grand Egg. I don't like him. He's told me to do nasty things to Treble.
Adventure waits on every roll, fighting for our mortal souls through mountains high and dungeons deep, through Dragon's Dream of Scorched Sheep. Dragon's Dream of Scorched
Welcome to Do Dragon's Dream of Scorched Sheep, the only D&D podcast where your beer mug may be a cat in disguise. I'm your Deus Ex Machina, Gadget, and joining me today, the purveyor of the finest smokables and the man who once smoked out an entire maternity ward, as Calbo, it's Biggie.
Hello.
Wholesale merchant of the finest cocaine in West Yorkshire, as Treble, it's Oodles.
3 for 100.
Buyer extraordinaire of minerals, rocks and stones, the Axeman himself, as Stigveld, it's Stig.
I love rock.
And the queen of capitalism, the one who takes all the money the others make to buy some wine, as Capri, it's Candy.
Seems fair to me. Hello.
Yes, welcome back everyone. As Stig so ably recounted, they climbed some cliffs with great difficulty. Great difficulty.
It wasn't difficult in the end.
Mate, you just got dragged up, didn't you?
You got shot at.
Fucking real life. Dragged up.
They ventured north into Highdawn, returning back after half a day back to where they started, and discovered Capri's grave was empty.
It was a fine body, to be
Miss
fair.
Capri.
That body would have been stunk at that point.
Maggots.
It takes about 3 weeks for a body to start rotting, doesn't it?
I'm not going to ask how you know that. As they headed further north, they encountered a wizened old man who refused to let them pass, and in their attempt at passing, they pushed him over. Well, Stig pushed him over, and he died. And then Stig was then branded.
Standard.
Stigveld was then branded with the symbol of the Grand Egg. And when he slept that night, he met the Grand Egg himself, Castael, who...
Oh, he had a name.
Yeah, he had a name. Told you his name.
It's called Grand Egg.
Egg.
And he, as a god of misery and pestilence, told Stigveld to cause some chaos, and as a test, to find a rival of Treble's and convince the group to let him in and kick Treble out.
I don't like this. All I did was push him out the way.
I know
That's
you don't
all it
like
takes.
this.
Yeah,
You're like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. You just stroke the puppy too hard.
You know, if I had...
Why'd you do that, Lenny?
If I had a pound coin for every time someone referenced Lenny to me today, I'd have £2 coins. And that's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway.
Of Dice and Men.
Oh, there's an episode title.
That's
Anyway.
man, brilliant.
Oh, I didn't think of that!
Yay!
That should have been our podcast title.
No, there is
Next season.
there is a podcast called that.
Yeah, of course there is.
Of course there is, because people got off faster than us. Anyway,
Ours is great anyway.
Thank you.
you wake up
The best.
in the woods just outside Farmore. It is a nice warm morning. From where you are, you can kind of see through the tree line. You can see the wooden walls of Farmore, which is a kind of a largish walled in town. The walls are made from like the trunks of what looks like ancient trees. Like these are massive tree trunks, and they're high enough that you can't see like any of the city itself. Everything is kind of hidden behind these walls. Stigveld would have remembered this as being a very well defended town because, you know, raiding parties would try to sneak in from the south and try to head north and to cause all kinds of manner of fuckery. So it's a well defended town.
need to get the actual app open. Sorry.
Shocking.
Where are we exactly on the map again?
Farmore.
Farmore.
Yeah, I will show you on the map. I will give you a ping.
South wall.
Yeah. So you are kind of down here.
So we've got my symbol, my from my
Yes.
piece of throne that I took.
You do have that.
Anyone? I'm just he's a bit down after this vision. Hasn't told
Did he tell
anyone
us
yet.
about the egg? No, he hasn't.
No.
What are you so down about? My body's missing.
We should head into Farmore.
Stigveld. Hold out your hands. Your hands. Hold them out.
Okay.
Oh,
a new
lovely
tattoo.
nails. Where'd you get them done?
I did them in his sleep. Don't they look pretty?
He has a new tattoo.
Great job.
It's from that. Something happened when I killed that old man.
We didn't see that happen.
I don't know what it is.
Are you not worried about that in any way?
Maybe, but
Is it contagious?
I don't know what I don't know why I'm looking at my hand in real life.
Real life.
Acting.
Got method acting. Man.
Yeah. I no. We'll see it.
No. No.
We'll find somebody in the we'll find somebody in Farmore. I'm sure they could tell us more.
So before
How
we
do we
do
get
Did
in?
I showed this to Candy?
You
know.
showed it to Capri, who
Capri, yeah.
did an Arcana check on it and was too drunk to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we go into Farmore, are we going incognito or all guns blazing?
Oh,
I've already disguised self.
Cognito. We need to find me something.
I'm going to cast Disguise Self as well.
That's fine. No one knows who you are anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I just
I
look like a
recognise my other
typical...
body.
I look like a typical, just 9 to 5 Goliath.
Yeah. But it'd be better than being it's better than being a halfling because they'll look down at halflings. They'll wonder why a halfling is here.
Problem is, if I get touched, they'll notice I'm not tall, won't they?
That's fine, just don't get touched.
Capri, in the trees above you, you hear a rustling.
Guys. Look, did anyone hear that?
No, I did not hear that.
My voice has changed, you see.
Oh, nice voice.
What's happened to you?
I am now a Goliath.
There's a bit more rustling and a
Okay.
bit of scampering, and then you hear, and then
Oh.
birds start falling from the tree.
Oh, never mind. I think I know who that is. Proserpine. Leave the wildlife alone.
Cat,
Four-
get down here.
A total of 4 birds drop from the tree, and then Proserpine drops down with one in his mouth, and you just hear, in your head, Capri, you hear, "What? I was hungry."
Oh, you're a good boy.
It's raining Ren.
You brought us presents.
Okay, I'll let you have that one. That was a good one, Biggie.
10 points to Gryffindor.
You can get that joke now there, Oodles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get on
Let's
the
find
Patreon,
somewhere
Mr.
to have
Ken
it.
Potter.
Yeah.
Let's find somewhere to drink. I'm spitting feathers.
Yes, I love to drink, as I am a Goliath of
I know.
ill repute.
I know a place that
Do you?
might be still loyal to me. We should go there. Ask around.
Let's.
Imagine if
Calbo.
two of us were Goliaths all the way
Captain's
through
my
this. It'd be
disguise.
nuts.
Calbo, Calbo, I'm saying this right
Yes.
now. I am not Stigveld. Do not call me Stigveld.
I know, I didn't. I wasn't the one that revealed you last time. That was Treble or Goliath or whatever. it is
Literally,
now.
when
My
we went
name is Boulder Underhill.
when we went to that posh town with the casino and everything, you told them our names. Literally,
Yes,
when
yes,
once we
yes. I
stepped off
know
the boat.
that.
Yes,
Yes, yes, yes.
yes. And
Wouldn't
every
it be
other time.
wise, Stigveld, to put him in chains and pretend he is our quarry?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Dragon folk.
Do
are
they
okay
have
here.
their kind here?
Yes, dragon folk are okay over here.
Excellent. Let us proceed onwards to the tavern.
I can't do Goliath for much, but I'm going to carry on.
I've just disguised myself to a male version.
Can you do the
Somebody,
voice as well?
Maybe.
please?
Yes.
Does someone have a mute spell? Maybe to keep him from talking.
I have a mute spell, but I'm not going to use it on myself.
Not you, Calbo.
Treble was the one that announced you earlier. Look, just leave me alone.
Be silent, knave, before I put you back in chains.
A podcast of everyone just shouting, "Oh, big
Proserpine, seeing that you're all kind of doing disguise self into like Goliath looks, decides to take the piss slightly, and you see his fur kind of ripple, and he becomes like in a cat shape, a bald man with a giant beard and tattoos down him, and he goes,
Don't you all look silly?
Look at that cat.
Very funny cat.
and he goes back to being a cat, and Capri jumps up onto your shoulder, and then he kind
Where'd
of
the
like
cat go?
he stretches himself out and around your neck like a pelt.
Oh, fabulous.
But he
No, fabulous, you mean?
Fabulous.
fabulous.
If you
One
dare
more thing.
use me to wipe up your mouth, I will kill you.
One more thing before we go in.
Yes.
Oropan.
Yes.
This
Stay
place
out here.
is going to be full of very tall, very muscular men.
And you
Keep your 8 hands to themselves.
You don't hear a response, but what you see is just kind of a vague outline of Oropan, and you kind of look down the hill, and he's scuttling over the wall already.
Oh, he's going to get us in trouble.
Blur of legs.
Yeah.
Let us make haste.
Come on then.
Come on, then. Okay, so you're walking down the hill towards the gate.
The 3 Goliaths and their dragon friend walk into farm. It sounds like a start of a joke.
Oh, I have a feeling it'll be a joke.
Why the long face?
As you
No.
as you approach the front gates, there are 2 Goliath soldiers stood there. Stigveld, you see that they have the symbol of the triumvirate around the neck.
Good morrow.
Brother!
Good morrow. Who are you?
Hello.
What is your business here?
I am Boulder Underhill, a vagabond of our Goliath kin.
Are you of the Rockhold Underhills? The ones who live under the hill?
Distant relation.
Oh.
We are simply passing through to make haste to your tavern.
And the guard kind of
We've done our fair share of pillaging.
and he kind of looks over and goes,
Well, where are your takings? Where is your pillage?
You see this dragonkin?
Yes.
We got him.
Why haven't you muzzled him? Don't you know this city is made of wood?
Actually, he has a very eloquent singing voice, so we decided to keep the muzzle off him.
he turned.
Yes, they've been very rude with me so far. I
Silence,
demand to be
knave!
released.
Silence!
He turns to the guy and goes,
Get the brute.
and he goes away, and he comes out with like this metal thing, and he kind of clamps it around your snout, Biggie, and it locks it.
That'll do. Thank you for your assistance.
It's quick.
Just for safety.
May we proceed?
Wait a minute. We'll have to speak to the guard captain to see if anyone's allowed in today.
We are very patient, as all Goliaths are.
The other Goliath goes,
What did you say?
I
Patient?
said we're not very patient like all Goliaths.
And the second Goliath kind of goes back through the gate, and one goes,
You will wait here.
the first one says to you,
No, we want to go through. We're not very patient.
Meeting of Klingons, isn't it? Yeah.
Patak. Hurry up. We are parched.
Don't overdo it.
Okay.
the guard walks over to you, Trevor, and goes,
I think I know your cousin.
Which one? I have many. We are very dynamic lovers, our family. Aggressive, some would say.
Vestus Underhill.
Yes, of course. Ha, dear cousin. He's a prick.
What was it he used to say when he would have a drink?
and you are going to have to roll a deception check here to see if you can bullshit appropriately for this. For he is testing you.
9.
Right.
So
So what do you say?
I used to say, what's the difference between a female Goliath and a boulder? You can smack a boulder and not get smacked back.
And he looks at you with his eyes now and goes, Vestus Underhill, it was no misogynist. He would not tell jokes like that.
Yes, you didn't know him as well as I did.
And he kind of starts to draw his sword.
Look, over there.
Listen. My friend is just excited. We've been away. We've been on Shao for a very long time.
Yes.
We have just returned to these parts, called back to Castle Highdawn.
Wow.
So,
Must have been miserable in Shal. I hear the air is not as nice to breathe over there, and they don't have as many mountains.
it's horrible. There's no mountains hardly. The air is terrible. It's full of halflings.
Ugh, halflings. If I could see a halfling right now, I'd stomp on him.
Same.
Anyway, we've been away for quite a while.
We forgot our customs.
Is the Great Log still open?
It is. Probably not how you remember it, but it still is, yes.
It used to be my favorite place to go grab a beer. I'd like to go and chill out there if that's okay.
Yes, hurry up. Let's go now, for I am a Goliath and impatient.
Me too.
The gate opens behind you, and the second guard comes over and kind of whispers in the first guard's ear. You may enter, but we'll be keeping an eye on
time.
We'll be keeping an eye on Boulder. I'm suspicious of him.
I'd expect 2 eyes. Always be wary of your prey.
You know, we have a captured beholder. I could let him follow you, and that would be 18 eyes.
I'm not scared of a beholder.
He looks to you, Stigveld, and says, make sure the boot stays on the dragon one. We don't want any accidental fires around here. You can have it removed when you leave. If he needs to drink anything, straws can be provided.
Goliath
Well,
And they step to the side and they open the gate, and they let you in.
you two are being
You know what
very,
guy's in?
you two are being very un-Goliath-like.
What are you talking about? I'm
We're
an
only
absolute
acting
Goliath.
like you act.
You don't have to pronounce that you're a Goliath. Everyone knows you're a Goliath here.
Well, you always pronounce it everywhere you fucking go.
Because we weren't in Highdawn. We are
They
now.
can still see that you're a Goliath.
Yeah, you bellend.
Come on, let's go Goliathing over to the pub.
Yes, to the
draw
Goliath pub.
You will draw suspicion on us. Remember where we are and who's in charge of this island at the moment.
Me.
No, not you. Never you.
So
Come on, Goliath friends, let's go.
As you
Let's
walk,
go for a Goliath pint.
as you walk through the gates and through the secondary set of gates, you get your first look at Farmore. And Stigveld, you fall to your knees as the place has changed so much. What was once a vibrant town, filled with shops, marketplaces, with grand wooden buildings, has been shattered down. And what you have in the middle of the town is a makeshift shantytown.
God.
Within
What have
this
they
within
done
this
to
shantytown, you can see that there are Goliaths with slave collars on, chained to each other.
Stigveld, I thought your people were proud, noble people. What is this? What is this?
They are kind of around the outside of this little shantytown. There are a mix of human and Goliath guards, all wearing triumvirate colours, all kind of monitoring them, or kind of picking them up and pulling them out and moving them around as needed.
Please enlighten me why we've come to this shithole to reclaim this shithole land.
The grand houses to the west are all boarded up or broken down. The stables and storage areas to the southwest are empty of horses. There's kind of very little there. The only buildings that are still in good repute are the Grand House to the northwest and the log. What do you call it? The log? The Grand Log.
I don't know what I call it. The Great Log. The
Great
Green
Log.
Log. Great log.
The good log, the big log,
We'll call it
the floating log.
We'll call it the Great Log, which is the tavern here, to the northeast. There is also a kind of lookout tower to the north, where the top area of it has been burnt away, so it no longer reaches above the wooden walls. There is a dour, horrible scent to the town of rotten decay, and a air of desperation. Where once this was vibrant, there were multiple taverns. There was excitement in the air. This was a place where farmers would come to sell their wares at the market. They would stay overnight. They would get drunk. They would engage in, fun battling between each other. None of that remains. This is a depressing, horrible town now.
This place is horrendous.
This is disgusting. This is Ashclade's doing. Look at the colours.
You told me you
Just
remembered
from-
this place as a great place.
It was.
Betrayed us. We've come back to a concentration town.
Don't you? How do you think I feel? It's taking all of my will right now not to smash this place up and kill these guards.
So you haven't lied to us.
This was never like this. This was a beautiful market town. This was the first place that sailors would call into. This was thriving. It was
You
fun.
honestly think we could amass an army from this? What a state.
How was I meant to know it was like this?
I think we should leave.
I think we should. First, we need to head to the pub. We need to... If the people I know are still working there, I think we can find out what's happened.
Okay.
The as you walk past the kind of the muddy, downtrodden area towards the middle where the market would have been, and you walk past the shantytown, you see that the Goliaths that are in the slave collars, they're looking sick and thin, like they haven't been allowed to either exercise or eat the prodigious amount of exercise and food that a Goliath needs to maintain its stature. There is a gauntness and a paleness to them all.
It's disgusting. Like, just to see one leg that's just struggling. I'm like, here, friend, take some of this.
Pay no heed to this. This is a distraction.
As he reaches out to take the food from your hand, one of the guards comes over and kind of whacks him on the back of the head with the pommel of his sword. He goes, "Get down, you slug." And he looks up at you, Stigveld, and goes, "Don't feed the prisoners."
What have they done? I have been away for a long time over in Shial, doing the king's business, the chieftain's business. What has happened?
They dared to rise up against Ragus.
Okay, as it should be. We're just going to go for a drink. It's been a while since I've been here.
Keep moving,
Long live Ragus.
Keep moving, don't look at them. Even looking at them rewards them. They're worse than scum, they're animals.
Silence, knave.
So you head up and you walk into the pub. The tavern itself is not how you remember it, Stigveld. It is separated down the middle. There is one area where the slaves sit and are given rations. There's one side where the guards sit and are given beer and food. You're ushered towards the side where the guards would sit, as you're not a slave. But everywhere you sit, you can just see the suffering of the Goliaths around you.
I'm trying my best right now to hold it together.
You honestly think you could take out a full town?
I didn't expect it to be this bad.
What did you expect? You were away for so long? Ragus is now clearly in charge. This mission has been a folly from the start.
But it isn't. We have to do something. Remember that the world is at stake.
We need to find your friend and find out who's running this town, or leave this town to its own fate and carry on.
Okay, go sit over there. I'll go to the bar and inquire.
So you head to the bar, and the bartender has his back turned to you, but you can see his ankle is chained to the bar.
Barkeep.
He turns around and you recognise him. This is the barman who was here years ago, who you remember and trust. A fella called Pulok. Pulok. But he looks thin. He looks gaunt. He's lost an eye. He's wearing an eye patch. He turns around and goes, "Oh, a new face. What may I get you, sir?"
3 ales and a wine, please. And a straw.
By order of the triumvirate, we do not sell ale anymore. We just sell wine.
Yes,
For
as
wine.
it should be.
I have been away for a while. Things have changed.
So he puts 4 kind of mugs of wine in front of you, one of them with a straw in.
Don't let him drink.
It's just for cover.
if he fucking drinks, Boomerang will start flicking about.
And
How
he
much do I owe you?
paid for by the military services of Dane Ashglade.
Praise be Dane Ashglade.
As I reach out to shake the barman's hand,
Yeah.
just from underneath the arm of my cloak, to flash the symbol of on the piece of wood.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
18.
18. So he glances down and looks back up. He gives you a quizzical look, and he pushes the cups towards you and like gestures for you to go back to your seat. And then he turns to one of the guards nearby. He goes, "Guard, I need to relieve myself. Can I have a few minutes?" And the guard kind of, "Fine," and walks over and undoes the shackle. He goes, 2 minutes. If you're not back in 2 minutes, I'm coming to find you. Yes, master. And he kind of walks out and kind of shakes his head again at you, Stigvel, as he kind of walks into the back.
Oh, not for an encounter, are you?
Trouble, Capri, one of you come stand guard.
Yes,
I will stand guard.
I won't stand guard. It is a
You
Goliath's
stand-
will.
You stand guard then. I will
Okay.
not argue you.
Get
Us
out the way.
Goliaths are known for negotiation tactics.
So we'll walk off to the toilet. I'm just going
I'll
to
stay with the
go
knave.
relieve myself. If anybody comes, give me a signal.
The signal will be Lally Ho.
I lean over and take a sip of the drink through the straw.
No, knave.
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Fuck, Boomerang's gonna go everywhere.
23.
23. You hear it coming. You know it's coming.
It's coming.
As it flies through the open door, you know what to do, Calbo. You turn your head right to the side in the right place as the boomerang hits the boot and breaks the lock. But you keep it on, so as not to cause any suspicion.
I do love the fact that this boomerang could be anywhere. It's not carried by anyone. It's just
It's a
appear.
living creature. It lives here.
Yeah.
It's
It
a
will
sentient object.
It will find
It's
him.
just there, like peeking around corners, going, any minute now he's gonna have a drink.
I have a quick look at Treble and give him a wink.
It's like that meme of the guy in the yellow suit behind the tree, like rubbing his hands.
yeah.
So he looks at Treble and gives him a wink, and then Treble looks at Calbo and
Genius.
So
Right, so me and Capri, Stigveld and Capri go off to the lavatory. Capri, anything untoward, give me a signal, okay?
This signal, Lally Ho. Yes, got it.
Yep.
I love how you get that.
And so I walk into the pisser.
So as you walk into the lavatory, the door slams closed behind you, and Pulok kind of pushes you to the wall and holds a knife to your throat. Goes, "Where did
I
you
thought they were gonna kiss.
no? Where did you get the symbol of Stigveld?"
Just gonna whip my hood back.
And
Where do you think?
And his eye like widens and he goes, "Dear Lord, the chieftain has returned."
I have. What
gotta
has become
pull-
of my land?
Pulls the knife down. Sorry, chieftain. He says, "Well, since you left, I would say things have gotten a little bit shit.
I can see that.
Ragus has brought terrible, terrible things. He's brought magics and monsters.
Ugh, magic.
He's been teaching soldiers to cast spells." He spits on the ground. "They no longer know how to swing an axe anymore, but they will throw balls of fire from 50 paces. It's not an honorable way to fight."
I hate this. This is not the land that I left. I stepped down was the honorable thing to do. Look at what he's done to this land. I need to take this back. I need to kill him. Anyone who follows him.
You know he cheated you, right?
I had my suspicions.
He used poison so that you would be weaker. Not enough to kill you, but enough for you to be unwell. And ever since you were exiled, he's been bragging about it to anyone who would listen.
He's not an honorable chieftain.
He is not. He has consorted with the worst of the humans. That King Ashglade.
Oh, I know about him. We've
He
had our
is-
fair runnings with that one.
He has changed his body in ways that defy explanation. He has a metal arm now. He casts
Ashblade, or...
No, he's talking about Ragus.
Sorry.
One of his arms is metal and serrated. One of them is imbued with magic.
Disgusting.
He uses tactics that Goliath should never use on the battlefield. Siege weaponry, poisons, clouds of things. Summoning demons from the hells. He's gone off the boil, Stigveld. Even if he cheated to defeat you back then, he was still fighting like a Goliath should, using a blade and his strength. But now he's been suckered in by these powers from the beyond the veil.
He's a worm. He's defiled our lands, defiled our gods, and he defiles our mountains. I know what is happening in the mountain.
He is giving the land to Ashglade.
I know, I have seen it, which is why I have returned.
Ragus rules as a regent, rather than as a chieftain or a king.
Pathetic.
Our people are being enslaved.
Is anybody trying to cause an uprising, trying to stop this?
Anyone who publicly denounced Ragus or this Ashglade were either killed or forced into slavery. You've seen them outside, haven't you?
How many guards are in this place?
50, 60,
How many slaves?
about 200. But they're all cowed. The slave collars weaken them. They don't defeat them.
Is it magic that weakens them?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't seen anyone cast spells on them, but there is something about it. When the slave collars go on them, they lose the spirit and the will to fight.
I have a mind to try and take this town back. To start an uprising. 200 freed slaves. Myself and my compatriots out there. They are very strong. Some of the strongest people I've ever fought side by side with. Even though they use magic, they're still pretty good.
I have an idea that may help you. I don't think that you and your fellows, the four of you, can take this town. Strong as you are, chieftain. I think it may be
Very
folly.
strong.
However, what do you remember of the Cathedral of Violence?
It's a place not to be trifled with. I didn't really spend much time there. I didn't enjoy it.
No, well, the Triumvirate and the armies and Ragus feel the same way, that it is not to be trifled with. It has been largely left alone.
Interesting.
And from what I have heard from travellers, there may be an underground starting there. A movement, if you will.
This maybe should be our next port of call then.
I would caution when you get there. The cultists who once occupied it, they were strange years ago. They've gotten a little stranger now.
They were strange, but they respected the rule and the law of the land.
They have a new leader as well. They call her Grey Wind Threadfinder.
Of course they do.
No one's seen her face. She wears a mask.
Never heard of this person.
No, we assume it is a pseudonym of some kind. But she is in charge there now, and she seems to be able... She has whatever incredible skill it is to hold those lunatics in place.
Can I hear this from outside, by the way?
You can hear bits and pieces of it, yeah.
Stigveld. Ask what race she is.
Do you know what race she is?
Is she a magic
elf.
user?
She's an elf.
Good God, no, she is a Goliath. One of the strongest that anyone has seen in the Cathedral of Violence.
Stigveld's ex-girlfriend.
Interesting. I tell you what. Can you hold out for here? Just keep holding out. We'll head to the Cathedral of Violence. We will start an uprising. We'll come back and we'll free this town.
Yes, I can hold out here. They treat me reasonably well. Because I serve them their wine. Pitiful wine. They
Tell me about it.
feed me well, keep me watered. I don't have to. I get to sleep in one of the normaler houses. Don't have to sleep in the encampment.
Who
Slave.
lives in the big house? The manor house now.
It's
Wants your candy.
It is a man who would turn the stomachs of even humans. He just refers to himself as the Baron, and he is
A bloody sort.
He is an odious little man. He very rarely comes out, but we see the riches and wealth that flow into the mansion.
Is he strong? Full of magic? Good fighter?
Oh no, he's the kind of aristocracy that would send other men to their death so long as he could make a pittance of money.
Oh,
I do not believe he has any skills whatsoever, but he has a retinue that would make yours blush.
I met many a men over the seas like that. No honor.
Humans are pathetic, aren't they?
Absolutely disgusting.
Such a racist breed, these lads.
One of the rumour that I have heard for your journey to the cathedral, it is believed that Threadfinder has a high-value hostage. So I would do my best not to antagonize her, for she may have something useful for you.
I want her on my side more than anything. Listen, friend.
Yes,
Hold out as long as you can.
I will.
We'll be back. Thank you.
And he kind of bows to you, and then he kind of scuttles out the door, knocking Capri in the shoulder as he kind of runs past.
Hey,
Wouldn't that knock her,
Nah, it's not.
Guys,
She's
no.
not taking damage. Just like the door just kind of bumps her.
Oh.
As he kind of runs behind the bar, Capri, you hear the guard say to him, "You took your fucking time." Sorry, sir. Sorry. Can I get you a wine? No, I'm on the job. I'm not drinking. Yes, sir. He kind of goes back to working.
I head out with me and Capri, go back to the table, tell the other two to, we're off, basically.
Okay. Do we leave?
This whole episode, I'm like Kenny, for fuck's sake.
Stigveld, are there any, or when you left, were there any merchants? Perhaps something we could maybe replenish a potion or two?
We
place
never
was-
buy out. We don't need to.
This place was a thriving market town. I have no idea what's happened here. I don't know what's...
Easy.
I don't-
Easy to just get out of here.
I think we just need to leave.
So,
Do we get out?
Is that what you're doing? Are you leaving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You leave. No one stops you. As you get to the door, the guards come up to you, Calbo, and they look at the boot and go, "What happened to that? What happened to it?" And he kind of looks at the lock and it just kind of then slides it off your snout and goes, "Did you do that?"
I have no idea, but finally I'm free.
They just put the muzzle on him. They didn't lock it at the gate. They just said to keep the muzzle on him.
Idiots.
Yes.
Idiots. All right, be on your way.
Yep.
Goodbye, fellow
It's
Goliath.
in my life.
Yes, goodbye, fellow Goliath.
Goodbye.
It is a Goliath's way to wander, and wander may you wander.
Yes, beautiful, astute, very clever, very clever.
These people are worse at being Goliaths than you two are.
It's so ridiculous.
Can we get away from them so I can turn back into treble, please?
Yes,
Yeah, we're gonna get out.
You scuttle back up to the tree line just in time for the disguise self spell to wear off.
Now, let me ask you something here, Stigveld. When I was disguised, this happens a lot, and Capri can back me up. Sometimes you take on the essence of the creature you're disguising yourself. I felt so dumb. I felt so, I don't know, racist. Are you an outlier for your kind? You're a sweet, kind man.
Don't you know what you're talking about?
Maybe we're rubbing off on you, but I felt absolutely dumb.
I've always thought you were dumb.
You thought I was dumb. Sweetheart.
Treble, you watch as Proserpine kind of hops off Capri's shoulder and goes over to your pack, and he kind of grabs your book with his mouth and drags it out and flicks through pages and kind of baps on the page, on the Goliath page, right at the words racist.
Oh, very astute there, Cat. So, you are racist. What have you got against other races? Why would I support this? In fact, Stigveld, we are friends. Would you say we are friends? Would you not?
You hear Proserpine bapping again at the page, and you see kind of like the next line down. He's put insular, so as in it's not a. So he's the point of it is there is a racism to them, but it's because they're an insular society, not necessarily that they hate other races. They're just like, oh, Goliaths are better.
I get it. But
Listen.
I need to ask Stigveld. I ask you a question. Do you consider us friends?
Of course.
If we were to help you reclaim your homeland, would you promise to open the borders and make it a haven for everyone else, or are you going to be isolationist still? Because is this going to be folly for? Because I'm starting to see a lot here that I don't like.
This is something I have thought about for a while. My time overseas, away from Highdawn, has opened my eyes to other people. Apart from humans. Humans are disgusting.
Oh, fuck humans.
Yes. Everyone else, yourself, I may joke about you being little. It's just japes. Just fun.
Yes, I assumed so. If you can promise that, I'll continue to help you with your endeavour.
But I would like to open Highdawn. I would like to trade more with the rest of the world. I would like to share the riches that my land has with other people so they can see the beauty of this place.
Noble. Very noble of you. Okay.
Apart from humans.
Yeah, fine.
And I'm not too fond of the way that you treat Dragonborn.
We respect Dragonborn here, it's fine.
Huh.
It was a wooden town, you imbecile.
That town is not how this place used to be. Do not think that the way that they treated you is how Dragonborn used to be treated here.
I remember that.
Enough of politics. What did you learn?
I learned. Dane Ashglade.
Learned.
We learned. I learned. What are you talking about?
I'm learning.
Stop trying to make
1,
me
2,
feel
3, 4,
dumb.
5.
I'm clever.
I don't have to do that. Yes, you are.
What?
Very clever.
Yes,
you are
thank
very
you.
clever.
Thank you.
The cleverest.
So, Dane Ashglade is in charge. Ragazane is just a regent. He's not in charge. And he has defiled the land with dark magic. He has transformed himself into something unholy. And the slaves that we saw in that camp, there's something binding them, perhaps with magic, with some kind of something that drains the spirit and the life out of them. The only
We must
place,
succeed then with our mission.
exactly, the only place that apparently there might be an uprising happening is the Cathedral of Violence.
That sounds lovely.
Yes, it's called the Cathedral of Violence for a reason. It's not a name
Because you guys are really terrible at naming things.
That and they're
You just admitted it.
they're an odd bunch. They are very, very.
I think we're an odd bunch as well, so maybe we can have some kind of kindred spirit.
Would Stigveld like to relay the background to the Cathedral of Violence? As in, would you like me to tell you what it's about?
Yes.
So the Cathedral of Violence, when Stigveld was leader, was a kind of weird fringe little place that they worshipped violence in a way that most Goliaths didn't. Like, Goliaths can be a violent, aggressive people, but they usually fight for honor, for whatever. The Cathedral of Violence was a kind of a separatist area where people were violent for the fun of it. They reveled in it.
Sadists.
Sounds like a Slipknot show.
Kind of like the kind of like the psychos out of Borderlands. Like, they're just kind of
I don't get that reference.
they want to fuck shit up for the sake of fucking shit up. They had taken over an old cathedral that had been left from whatever species had lived here before Goliaths. Some ancient temple that they customized to make their own. Lots of spikes and heads with heads on them and that kind of thing on the lead up to it. You know, a rather pleasant place. Usually it's run by a head of the cult, or some kind of power structure within. They usually last about a week before someone kills them and takes over.
Sounds like Urukais to me.
A little bit, yeah. They're a kind of twisted, weird sect of Goliaths.
Sounds like meat's back on the menu.
Thanks for relaying that information, Stigveld. Looks like we have no choice. If they're as sadistic as you said when you recounted the history of that place just then so eloquently, I believe they could aid us in some kind of, as you say, uprising.
Do you think we could trust them?
Who can we trust at the
Probably
moment?
not, but it's our best. It's our best shot. Can't trust anyone else.
My father once told me, at least if you have the barbarians on your side, they'll take out the enemy before they come after you. So
Capri Proserpine just kind of like looks at you and looks back at Treble, kind of confused.
Yeah, I don't. I've given up trying to understand.
he was a smart man, you see.
What kind of family bonding is that?
Learned. You won't understand, Cat.
You won't have heard that. He wasn't talking to you. He was talking to Capri.
I had speak with animals on all the time.
Well, I'm with you, Stigveld.
I'm also with you reluctantly.
Tell you who, let's go.
If only Capri was here, she would know what to say.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Snap out of it, dragon. This is beyond the beyond. This
You've
is
got
ridiculous.
3.0 now.
She's there. She's right there.
Sorry, I forgot.
Buffoon.
So it's about 2 days worth of travel from where you are to get to the cathedral because, you know, Treble gave away the boat.
I think that would have just made us stand out more. And
Yeah,
worse.
probably.
He'd have shot us out of sky weeks ago.
So I'm going to roll on the encounter.
Best thing I've ever done.
Roll on the encounter table. 29.
Nothing.
You're right. Nothing on the first day.
Good.
And on the second day, 24. Nothing again. You have a pleasant journey up the main road. You do encounter people, kind of like traveling groups of triumvirate soldiers.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
To Stigveld, you know how I'm of the bardic persuasion. Recant me with a song of your people while we walk towards the Cathedral of Violence. Sing to me. Tell me a poem, a song. Give me inspiration for my magnum opus.
I now have 3 time devices on me now, by the way. I've placed
dear.
one more in my pouch.
Hang on, I need to roll some things on that. Okay, the last one that you created, when you pull it out of the duplicator, it collapses in your hand into dust.
Huh.
What?
Womp womp.
Interesting.
Song, Stigveld?
But why? Because you're making copies of things. They get a little bit unstable the more copies you make.
It's gonna get degraded, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just making it up now.
I said this to you like 5 episodes ago. And also, I'm making it up. I'm the fucking DM.
Also, it's boring to have a device that can take back time. Come on. Nothing means anything if we can take time back.
You would be dead without them. Literally.
That'd have been hilarious.
You would be dead.
That would have been hilarious. I've had to play as Orapan.
I'll keep it as 2 now then.
Speaking of Oraban, where is he?
Don't worry, we've 2 days past it. We've left it.
I think he
ran
probably lives there now.
He ran off, didn't he?
He is one with the people.
Okay.
You know,
then.
I'm surprised we
Probably
didn't see him in the
somewhere.
bar. He must be busy with someone.
I dread to think.
Or several
I take your
someones.
silence as you don't know any songs there, Stigveld.
No, I'm taking this because you've fucking thrown this at me, and I can't think of shit like that off the top of my head.
Welcome to my
So,
world.
luckily, you'd have to think of a song or a poem off the top of your head.
He does. He does.
There was a Goliath named Stigveld.
Oh.
Take it away, Stig.
He had a great penis that he held. Along came a man. He pushed him into a frying pan. Now
No,
he's
into
the
his white
leader of
van.
the egg folk. I don't know.
Shakespearean.
As Treble says that, Stigveld, you just hear in the back of your head, oh, maybe you should just kill him. If he's going to make up rhymes like that. Yes! You didn't think I could hear you all the time, did you?
You seem distracted
Fine.
there, Stigveld.
It's before dawn, and I can see the great mountains in the distance, covered in the mist of the clouds, bathing in the blue haze of morning. Everything is blue, and I can see my breath, leaving my mouth in little whispers of prayer. I can feel the clouds beneath my feet, cold and damp. The great mountains move slow, consuming each moment in deliberate grace, basking in the misty delight of dawn. Masters of space and time, Goliaths of earth and sky.
That was beautiful, Stigveld. I didn't expect that.
Have you been smoking my pipe weird?
It's from his past. Respect it.
I'm
Beautiful.
just-
Do you mind if I write that down?
I'm dabbing my eyes with Proserpine's tail.
It's not one that we speak out of this land much. This is why I was
It's beautiful.
hesitant. There you
Absolutely
go.
stunning.
I hope you
I
have
didn't
an
know your
allergic
people could be
reaction.
so,
Stop using me as a hanky.
I didn't know your people could be so poetic.
We are
Stunning.
great performers. We have bards and performers and poets and actors
I've heard.
here.
I've heard of the great Goliath bards, the percussionists of the top of the world.
There are many
Sir
entertainers
Google, I
here.
believe his name was.
Shut up.
No. There have been many Goliath bards I've come across in my time. Some of the best percussionists I've ever listened to. I respect it. And I thank you for giving me that soliloquy. Perfection. He writes it down in his
Lord
book.
Bing.
What are you
Commander
saying?
Firefox.
Chapped Goliath,
don't-
PT.
I don't get it. I don't get
Well,
where
let's stick off
this comes
search
from.
engines because he assumed that Stig Googled that.
Of course I googled it.
I know he googled it, but come on, it's in the. It was good bit of digging up that Stig. It was beautiful.
Edit around that.
Oh no, I'm leaving all of that in. That's great.
Let him have his moment in the sun.
Yeah, I will. Of course I will, man. Anyway,
Beautiful.
as you kind of come off the main road towards the Cathedral of Violence, you see it in the distance, and it is a grand cathedral. Think of like the one in Florence. The massive basilicas, very ornate
Sistine
decoration.
Chapel.
No. I'm talking about like from the outside, like grand crenellations. Like it's a huge building.
The Basilica, whatever it's called.
Yeah, on every parapet and every possible place, there is a bit of a body that has been skewered on it.
Oh.
There is a general stench of blood in the air. There are pits of fires kind of around the place. It's almost like you are just casually walking into the apocalypse as you get there.
Stigveld, this is actually very frightening.
Told you.
For once, the name does live up to its reputation.
We don't really go around here. Even as chieftain, it's like you make a quick hello, you leave.
Yes. I don't even think a disguised self's going to work on this occasion. I think we just have to be ourselves.
What's the point?
There is,
Yes.
as you get closer to the cathedral itself, you see like kind of, you assumed like it was just getting kind of closer to like the dark, like to nighttime, but what you realize is that no, it's actually like a cloud of carrion birds
Yeah.
that are just swarming around it, blocking out the sun.
I thought it was going to start raining and have like lightning going off as we get closer to the cathedral.
Oh, I'm not that obvious. Not quite that obvious, anyway.
Mr. Graves would have loved this place. The blood dripping everywhere.
Stay close.
The sound coming from within the cathedral gets louder and louder. It is of cheering. It is of the sound of weapons clanking off each other. The windows are kind of there is a kind of a gentle glow coming out from all the candlelight. Treble, what's your passive perception?
Quite high. 15.
15. So as you kind of walk close, you hear the crowd cheer, and as you kind of look at one of the windows, it just red splats it.
This cacophony of frenzy is a little bit too much. Stigveld, I think you should take the lead on this one, and I will pick up the rear.
As always.
I don't know about that.
You walk up to the front doors. There aren't any guards posted out there, just a lot of bodies on spikes. Of Goliaths, of humans, of dwarves, of Dragonborn. Just anyone who might have come through here and lost whatever deal that they were conducting.
No halflings, though.
Are you going to walk in?
I am.
I'm a bit hesitant as I've lost a bit of faith and haven't been in a cathedral for some time.
I would suggest
I
you.
don't think this is very religious, this one, mate.
I would suggest you
No,
two.
just seeing it from his point.
I would suggest you two go back into your Goliath makeup.
I've already done it.
Yes. Just to be on
Okay,
the
one
safe side.
second. Disguise self! I'm back.
I'm Batman.
Older Underhill at your service.
I put my captain's hat on again as my disguise.
Can you cast disguise self on someone else? Disguise someone else.
It's called Disguise Self.
Disguise them.
No.
We can
So-
maybe charm somebody to think that he looks a
No,
certain
we'll have
way.
to charm them all.
Yeah, that's the trouble.
You can cast more for me.
Polymorph and turn you into a hamster and put you in. Yeah, I'm going to cast Polymorph on Calbo. Please?
Sure? And you're turning him into a hamster?
No, not a hamster. I'll decide if it works.
Well, you don't need to roll for it. He's a willing participant.
Oh, you will. Oh, that's. I want to disguise him as a really vicious, aggressive-looking, like pit bull on a lead. It looks like our Goliath pet. I mean, our beautiful. Look at this boy.
So you you polymorph him, and much to his chagrin, he comes down. He's a full-on XL bully. He's hench as fuck.
Yeah.
He
got spiky collar.
He's got a spiky collar, clipped ears. He's got those kind of beady little eyes. He's drooling.
Yeah. It's called Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson is the kind of name he'd have. You've got a chain lead on him.
Yeah. Come on, Tyson.
Start nibbling on Stigveld's leg.
No. You know who you are. You know what you are. You're in control.
Oh, okay.
Just for funsies.
Well, this is the meeting.
Proserpine's heckles immediately go up, Capri, and you feel his claws in your shoulder.
Don't worry, Proserpine.
I don't like it.
Come on, Tyson, let's go.
You can always scratch his eyes out if needs be.
Oh, and I will.
Right, Lord Stigveld. Sorry. What wants to call you again?
While we're here, I'm Alistair of the Floral Guard.
Alistair. Lead on, Alistair.
Lead on.
You walk into the cathedral. The doors open. You find yourself stood on a raised platform. There are stairs to the kind of the left and right. You down below you is the pit, where people fight, where people commit violence, where whatever happens in the cathedral happens. There are seats and stands kind of up to the side. You get the kind of Goliaths cheering. You can tell these are the kind of the cultist ones because their tattoos are kind of red and black as opposed to the kind of the pale blue and white that most Goliaths tend to use. They are baying for blood. So, like, people are just randomly stabbing each other in the stands. You can see like down below there are two Goliaths just fighting it out using maces and spike shields, and they are battling as if they are just gladiators. The far end, where you would expect sort of like the altar and dais to be for any normal cathedral, you see there is a kind of throne-style chair, and there is a woman with a kind of metal mask and grey hair just kind of sat there with her legs crossed, and kind of a retinue of guards all dressed in black around her.
Must be our woman.
Stigveld, if anything happens, these people seem to only respect the strongest violence.
Oh, I know.
If need be, I feel like you have to demonstrate the man that tossed a bear. But first, maybe some democracy. Maybe let's speak with the leader of this place.
Yeah, can we like kind of shuffle round?
Yeah, so
Tyson, come on, Tyson, come on.
As you kind of shuffle around, like the crowd aren't really paying attention to you. They're baying and kind of pushing forward, almost a bit like a mosh pit. You're just kind of getting kind of buffeted side to side. Calbo, you feel yourself get picked up by this Goliath who's kind of got blood running down his face.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
It's Tyson, my boy.
Yep.
He's my boy. He loves people. He's a violent little bastard. Look at him.
Oh, I can tell. Do you want to fight, Tyson? You want to fight?
Not yet. We're training him up. He's not quite ready yet. He's not all right.
I was going to punch him. See what he did.
Nah, don't punch him. That's going to get in the way of his training.
Oh, you make sure when he gets to fight something that I'm there.
Absolutely, you can be the one.
Good, because if I'm not the one to fight him, I'll kill you myself.
Absolutely.
He kind of just drops Tyson, Calbo to the ground.
Come on, Tyson. Come on, boy.
He's not a yippy dog. He's not fucking Chihuahua. He's a fucking XL bully with clipped ears and a clipped tail.
And all these very gravelly voices are really taking it out on us tonight.
It hurts, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
I don't know why Stig's done it for fucking past 2 years.
Skill.
Hello?
Acting!
You kind of work your way down the stairs till you're kind of on the edge of the pit. As you see the fight between the two Goliaths kind of end with a mutually assured murder, as both of them kind of swing their maces over at the same time, and it's kind of like a simultaneous kill. And they kind of both collapse down. The crowd goes fucking wild.
Yes, glorious.
Yes. Yes, play along.
Oh, Tyson, did you see that?
Yep.
No, not yip.
The bodies are dragged away, and the leader kind of like throws kind of 2 fingers forward, and one of her aides walks forward.
Who will be next to try and curry favour with the leader?
May I pronounce and show you our leader, Miss Alistair of the Floral Guard, the toughest Goliath known to Highdawn.
So Threadfinder kind of like clicks her fingers, and the aide says,
Alistair, bring yourself forward and present your offer and your offering to Chieftain Threadfinder.
Hello?
and she just sits there passively and silently.
I have gems. Many gems.
And she continues to sit there silently. You can't even tell through the mask if she's actually looking at you or not.
Stigveld, offer her a battle.
I can take any person in this room.
Oh no, he didn't!
You get the. You perceive the slightest shift in Threadfinder's head.
There you go. Look, it's working. It's working.
Including you.
Oh.
And the entire crowd goes.
Oh, a challenge has been cast forward to you there on the throne. From Sir Alistair.
I don't want to fight to the death. I want to fight to seek an audience with you.
Oh shit.
She like gestures for the aide to come to her, and she whispers something into his ear. And he moves back up to the dais and he yells down, "The challenge is rejected. For this one is too weak."
I'm too weak.
Yes, that's what I said.
Can I have your ear for a second?
Mm-hmm. Just punch someone, Stig.
Turn around and punch someone into the spikes. Show them you mean business.
Last resort. How about a champion?
Who would you have as your champion?
That's not what you've done.
Me, obviously. I'm talking about you. Who? Your champion.
You have been declared too weak to fight here. This
How
place...
do you know? Why do you think I am too weak?
The chieftain's reasons are the chieftain's reasons.
Chieftain sounds scared.
And at this...
That's Goliath talking, that is.
Do you know what? Actually, at this moment, just throw my symbol down in front of her feet.
The chieftain stands up and kind of like rolls her head back on her shoulders. You fucking idiot. And she jumps off the dais down in front of you.
We know her.
And picks up the symbol. You fucking idiot, Stigveld. As she pulls her mask off and you see it's your mother.
Ha!
Oh, fuck!
Wow.
Could have just said, mother.
You could have listened when I said don't fight here. You always were pig-headed.
Ah, snap.
And don't think I haven't noticed that those two over there and the dog are in disguises.
What?
I don't know what you mean.
I'm like Goliath.
How dare you?
She clicks her fingers and one of her another one of her aides rolls forward and kind of takes out a wand and casts dispel magic. And all three of you return to normal.
Hello there.
I'm still on all fours going, yep.
Awkward.
Hello there, Mrs. Highdawn. Of Highdawn, or whatever your name is. Hello. Stigveld, you didn't tell me you had such a handsome mother.
She pulls a sword and immediately holds it to your throat, Treble.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
She just
Which one's his mother?
She just lifts it out
Oh shit.
ever so slightly, and just kind of like pushes into the soft palate there.
I respect a strong woman.
I mean you no offense.
Listen, you know I'm strong enough to take everyone here.
I know you are.
But you could have just said, no, I will seek an audience with you regardless. You didn't need all this charade. Jesus.
Because
Christ, mother.
I never acquiesce to an audience. And now we're having an audience in front of my entire set of followers. So well done.
Yes, but they know who I am, surely.
I don't know which ones of these are spies, you idiot. So throwing down the symbol of your throne was a really dumb idea, wasn't it? Because now I am going to have to go through everyone one by one and try to find which ones to kill directly.
Well, I actually did you a favour then, because you don't want spies in your camp.
I do want spies in the camp because I like to spread misinformation. How do you think I've stayed alive this long?
Well, I'm here now, and we're going to take the land back. So
we're going
I
to
turn
take the
to
land
Capri and say, not the brightest bunch, are they?
No, maybe they've got some wine
Truly
though.
aren't. This is like dealing with children, isn't it?
What makes you think that we would have the strength, the time, the will, or ability to take back this land? Do you know how many soldiers are here? Do you know what horrors that Ragus is playing with?
So I am here now with my friends. We're going to liberate Farmore. We're going to build an army. They may not look like much, but they're very strong, especially the cat. Something weird about that cat, but he's very strong.
And what about?
And I'm very strong.
And what about the one that comes up to your
Simba.
knees?
Actually, he's pretty good with his magic.
May I ask a question there?
You may.
You didn't tell us your name, and 2 questions, may I ask. Was Stigveld born with a beard?
You may address me as Chieftain Threadfinder.
Chieftain Threadfinder. Is that your... That's clearly a pseudonym, like you said. Okay, was he born with a beard? Told us he was.
All Goliaths are born with facial hair.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Fucking told you.
He's right, okay. He's not lied to us once. Let me just say, because you know your son's not the most eloquent of speakers. He's trying to basically create an uprising to take back the throne, as you can tell. You seem to have quite the wild bunch here. If anything that could cause carnage at Farmore. Have you been to Farmore recently? Disgusting. Slave camp. Horrendous. No one wants a piece of that. But they have numbers. They have numbers. And we need numbers to go to Castle Highdawn, storm the gates, win back the island, and everyone's happy. What say you?
She looks up to you, Stigveld, and goes, "Does he ever shut up?"
Nope. You just have to put up with it.
Well,
Listen, the other thing we need to do is we need to go to the Forge of the Ancients.
why would we need to go to the forge?
I have something to destroy. That's where I need to go in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she says, "You have one of the amulets.
Yes.
How on earth did you happen upon that?"
Because... What's his name?
Boy, do we have stories to tell.
Viglath?
Greg.
Viglath, that's it. It's got there. Viglath found me. He was
Oh, he
with Ilalath, who betrayed me, and so I killed. Viglath gave me it, said it needs to be destroyed. If the Triumvirate get hold of both of these, then they can open the door
Yes,
to the center of the mountain. If I destroy this one, they can't.
Okay.
I know they have one.
Well, that makes sense. I tell you what. We can't travel right now. It's getting dark, and they have set monsters about on the land to try and keep us hemmed in places. Really nasty beasts. However, we can set off tomorrow to the forge. I will help you get to the forge
Thank you.
and destroy
Can I
that.
ask a question for the DM?
Yes.
Candy, do you have charm, person?
Yes, I do.
And do you
I
have
do
charm,
as well.
person? Could these two go through the people here and interrogate them with charm, person? Over.
Not in one
Mine's
day.
an actual spell, so I have to actually cast it, and I only get 2
Yeah,
a
mine's a
long rest.
spell.
Yeah, they would be limited by their spell slots. They could do it, but there's hundreds of people here, and it would take you like weeks to do it if you were to do it with spell slots.
How about charm them with a song?
So, I mean, yeah, if you can sing a good enough song, you could probably try and charm the whole place
I think I could.
if you roll high enough on a performance check. But
It's got a powerful loot.
he does have a powerful loot.
Yeah, I think I could do it. And I've got the song right in my head.
Stigveld, your mother looks at you. Look, I will help you get to the forge, and we can destroy that. That will limit Ragus and that Ashglade idiot's ideas on this land. They're very focused on the mountain. They know what's inside, so I can help you with that. I don't think we have the strength to cause an uprising or an army. However, I do know someone who may be able to help. See, a traveller came with a hostage recently. And they are staying here. If you can convince the traveller to let you speak to the hostage, well, I think maybe you might get some information.
Okay. I would like to speak to this person.
She kind of turns to the side and nods at the aide. And the aide walks off, and a door below opens. And you...
Don't go in that trap door.
Something down there.
It's a trap.
You hear the sound of heeled boots walking as this kind of echo comes out. The gathered psychopaths are still quite quiet after all these revelations have come out.
Heeled boots.
Heeled boots. And you hear it getting closer, then you hear the strum of a string. As Quattro walks out, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where we'll end episode 52 of The Dragon's Dream of Scorched.
Yes.
So I think maybe next time we're going to have a bit of a song battle. I think that's how I see it.
Oh, I think that's how I see it too, son.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for playing. Do check out the website, modernescapism.co.uk, to find out everything that we're doing. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/modernescapism, and join the Scorched Sheep tier. £5 a month plus VAT will get you the map from this session. We'll get you all manner of extra things, early access as well. And, you know, we're clearly going to be doing a song for the next episode. So you'll get the song at the next episode as well, to listen to at your heart's content.
Get all the Goliaths too. We will throw rocks at you.
Next episode will be out in 2 weeks' time. Who wants to see how well Treble and Quattro get on with their little reunion?
Not me.
Pumped.
Pumped. Well, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching on YouTube. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Previously on To Dragon's Dream of Scorched Sheep.
Start again.
First line.